Hello everybody. I won't lie, I was setting up the computer and I just finished typing in what the lesson was about, and then I accidentally pressed start the video and I was like, I'm not ready. As you can tell, I'm really not ready this morning. My hair's still wet from the shower, but it's all good. It's 9:15, it's Maths Live, woohoo, we're here. Thank you for joining in. Welcome to you home edders, you homeschoolers. Welcome to the people who might not have gone back to school for whatever reason. You might be a staggered return. Welcome to the people that are so keen you're joining in after school or you're joining in on YouTube. Welcome. It feels like a new, fresh era for Maths Live, so it's brilliant. Your challenge question is related to area of rectangles. Now, patrons, you'll have had a go at this yesterday, revising what area is and starting with rectangles. So, if the area is 180 centimetres squared of this rectangle, what is the length of the rectangle? So we're looking for this missing side, here or here, doesn't matter which one. Okay, so I'll just do some shout outs and I'll be back in a second. Oh look, I've got my Maths Live t-shirt on as well, even though it's a bit small for me now. It's definitely a bit COVID lockdown small. We've got Sam, we've got Gracie, we've got Liberty, we've got Dora, we've got Toby, hi. We've got Rowan, we've got George, age 10, hi. We've got Alex and Dorset, we've got Mia, and no, we've got so many of you, it's amazing. Brilliant. We've got Reese, hi Reese. We've got a very excited Zach and Henry, hi. We've got Robbie. Is it just us or there's no sound? Tell me, I hope you can hear me. We've got Bella in Gosport. We've got Ollie in South Africa. Hi, Ollie. Yay for the home edders. Morning from Rufus. Hello. But yes, I know this is taking place at like home eds time, but obviously anyone can watch the lesson. Anyone can watch the lesson. So welcome to all. So let's have a look at this challenge. Okay. If you did go back to school, I hope it went okay. Okay, I know it's been a bit strange, but nice to talk to other people and stuff like that. If those of you who are not used to it, Right. So we're told the area, and we know to find the area of a rectangle, it's length times width, and that gives you the area. So we're told that the area is 108. And we're told the width is 9. So you've got to work out what do you times by 9 to make 108. So you need to know your 9 times table. So it's 12. The answer is 12 because 12 times 9 is 108. Let's see. Okay. I hope you understand that, yeah, because we've already been given the middle of the shape and it's like what do you times by? So 10 nines are 90, 11 nines are 99, 12 nines are 108. So I hope that makes sense. The fact that you've already been given that part. You don't divide sort of necessarily into it. It's 12 nines are 108. I hope that makes sense. Let's have a look. Yay, 12. Brilliant. Yeah, so one side is 9 and one side is 12. Brilliant. Okay. So that was my starter challenge. Okay. I do want to do a couple more area challenges of rectangles, just to recap from yesterday. It's great this, because I can just draw some random rectangles. Sorry, right, I know my pens are on their last leg. There's some more arriving today. I think, you know what, the black's gone. The black's had enough, hasn't it? It's been a long few months for that black pen. Let's go, yeah, blue one's alright. So, I told you that this was 2 centimetres and this was 8 centimetres. What is the area of this rectangle? And if I told you this was 15 centimetres and this was 7 centimetres, what is the area of this rectangle? Off you go, off you go. Hello, Logan. Age 5 plus 6, which means 11. I like that. Ah, brilliant. Alia worked it out. Fantastic. And Lyra on your... Oh, well done. Hey, James and Laura. Hi, Ellie and Zara. Hi, Chloe in Spain. Hi, hello. Amazing. Right, I'll give you 20 more seconds on that. Okay, so let's have a look. So for the first one, I'm going to start on this side because the numbers are smaller. So to find the area, you do length times width. The length is 8, the width is 2, so 2 times 8 is 16. So well done if you got 16. And again, length times width, bigger number now, okay? We don't really know what 15 times 3, but we're not expected to know it. So we can do good old column method to help us. So 5 times 7 is 35. 1 times 7 is 7. Add the 3, 10. So that's 105 centimetres squared. Let's have a see. Let's have a see. Oh gosh. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Well done. It's because I haven't got my tables not there anymore. I normally have a table there that I can just put my sheets on and my phone to see your shout outs, but it's not there. We've had a bit of a house move around yesterday, so it's like I can't just throw my whiteboard rubber that's just got on the floor. Right, today we're going to do area of triangles. And there's all sorts of triangles, okay? I hate drawing scalene triangles, I'm really bad at it. There, that's alright. It's an area of various triangles. And yeah, I want to include various triangles in this because you'll see that it looks quite different depending on the triangle that you're looking at. Okay, and I'm going to start with right angle triangles. Okay, if you've done the Patreon and you've got the worksheet, don't worry yet. I will say, like, have a go at this question on your own. So I'm going to do some modelling. Okay, you can join in with the modelling, but then I'll say, right, when I say you guys give it a go, as I normally do in Maths Live, it'll be whatever's on your sheet. If you're confused about the Patreon thing, don't worry. But I just want to make it clear because it's a bit of a different one. This one. So when I say your turn, you'll know that it's on the worksheet, okay? So I'm going to start with right angle triangles. Okay. So, let's see. I need to find the area of it. I'm told that this bottom part is 2 centimetres. And this side going up here is 3 centimetres. And I think, oh, how do I find the area of this? Because if I do 2 times 3, that's 6. But when I do length times width, that is a quadrilateral. So the 2 times 3 actually represents that space there. But, oh, hang on, look. Can you see that roughly this triangle is actually half of the quadrilateral? It's split it in half. So that's what I need to do to my answer. I do 2 times 3. I do that. 2 times 3, which is 6. But that accounts for the 6, accounts for the whole quadrilateral. And it's not, it's a triangle. So then what I've got to do is divide my answer by 2, and it's 3. So the area is 3 centimetres squared. And I know you might think, well, that's a bit weird because it's the same length, it's the same as the length, but don't worry about it. Follow the rule. So the rule for finding the area of any triangle is half length times width, or half base times height. Doesn't matter if you use length or width, base times height. So you do the base times half bit first, and then you halve your answer. Base times half, chop, base times height, chop it in half. Okay, let's see another example. Oh, stretch across. So again, I'm just going to stick with right angle triangles to start. So here's another. Let's say that this is 9 centimetres. And this is 4 centimetres. Okay. So if I do 9 times 4, that's 36. But 36 represents all of that. And we don't want the whole quadrilateral. We only want half of it because that's the size of our triangle there. So what I've got to do to 36 is then divide it by 2. Okay, half of 36, if you're not sure, because it's got an odd number, 2, 1, 18. Okay, so the area of this triangle is 18 centimetres squared. Why did I do that then? Why did I do a bit of bus stop? I'm very aware that half of 6, okay, half of 3, watch this, because if you can halve 6, it's 3, but you can't halve 3, it's quite hard to do. It's like, 1.5, but then how do I relate that to the 3? So if you get an odd number and you have to halve it, I just say, do it as bus stop. How many 2s are in 3? 1. You've got 1 remainder. How many 2s are in 16? 8. I think it's just if you've got an odd number, if you've got a number that part of it is odd and you need to halve, just do a quick bus stop, divide it by 2. Takes all that stress out of your lovely, lovely brains. I do it, it's fine. Right, okay, your turn. So, I've got my lovely maths live sheet for today's lesson. So I'm going to give you 2 right angle triangles. So this is the first 2 questions, and I'd like you to have a go at finding the area. So I've got one that looks like that, and I've got one that's just a bit bigger, a bit higher and a bit longer. Okay. Oh, I can hear the birds chirping in the background, even though it's raining. Okay, so this is 4 centimetres. And this is 5 centimetres. This is 8 centimetres. And this is, I'm going to say it's also, I know it doesn't look like it's the same height, but not to scale. Can you find the area of those 2 triangles for me? Off you go. Oh, well done for joining in. You knew it was 18. Fantastic. Laura's still there, but hi Laura, thank you for the message. That's lovely. Laura from Data Science giving me a little shout out. Yeah, Laura's the expert at home ed, so that's fantastic. Okay, I'll give you 15 more seconds. Okay, let's see. We've got some answers. Okay, let's have a look. So if you do have the sheet, you'll have seen that I've drawn the triangle, but I've left the sides blank, so you can write them in, and then underneath write what you think the area is. But if you haven't got it, don't worry, just do it on paper, okay? So 4 times 5. So we do base times height. 5 times 4, 4 times 5, doesn't matter which way around, is 20. But then we have to halve our answer, so the area is 10 centimetres squared. Well done if you got that. This times 1. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 and 8, I ate and 8, I was sick on the floor, 8 and 8 is 64. You guys taught me this on Maths Live, and sometimes when kids get stuck on their 8 times table and I'm tutoring them, I just say, listen to this, and they're like, where did you get that from? I ate and I was sick on the floor, 8 and 8 is 64. Right, 64 divided by 2 is 32, so that one is 32 centimetres squared. Let's have a look. Fantastic, well done. Don't worry if you didn't quite get it. It's all part of the learning. Okay, what happens if it is not a right-angled triangle? Okay, what happens if it's an isosceles triangle? Oh, what's an isosceles triangle? An isosceles triangle is where these two sides are the same length. Okay, these two sides are the same length. You don't particularly need to know that for this, because you'll see how this works. So this is me modelling. For example, let's say this is 3 centimetres. Okay. And let's say this is 6 centimetres. Now, sometimes it might put it like this, and it's always going to show you the perpendicular height. It's not going to show you a tilted height across like that. It's always going to go straight up and straight down. Sometimes it'll put it in the middle. Other times it might do this. You might think, well, why is the measurement outside of the shape? But it's just showing you that it's still top to bottom. They mean the same thing. It's just a different way rather than squashing it inside of the shape. You'll see more of that in a bit. Okay, so I've got my base and I've got my perpendicular height. Remember, perpendicular, straight up. So we do 3 times 6, which is 18, and then we do 18 divided by 2, which is 9, so 9 centimetres squared. So just the same rule, it's just a different triangle. Okay, so I might do a fatter one this time. This is me still modelling. Let's say that this is 13 centimetres. Now watch this, so I'm going to do what's called a perpendicular height this time. So it means this height, but it's just showing you it outside. Let's say this is 7 centimetres. So I follow the same rule. So I'm going to do 13 times by 7. Do a quick. So 3 7s are 21. 1 7 is 7. 8, 9. Oh, 91. We're going to have a remainder here, or we're going to have a decimal. So 91 divided by 2. Okay. Well, how many 2s can you fit into 9? Well, 2 4s are 8. Carry the 1. That makes 11. How many 2s can you fit into 11? 5, but we've still got 1 remaining. So we put a decimal and we carry that extra 1 across, and it's 45.5. Half of 91 is 45.5. That's fine. That's the area. So the area is 45.5 centimetres squared. Don't be scared if there's a decimal involved. Still an accurate measurement. Okay. Right, your go. So I'm going to give you another isosceles triangle that's a bit long and thin like that. And I'm going to give you one that's a bit higher. Okay, right, grab my sheet. So if you've got the sheet, you can write these in the missing gap. There we go. So this one, I'm going to say is 4 centimetres, and this one is 12 centimetres. And this one is 5 centimetres, and this is 10 centimetres. So can you find the area of these isosceles triangles. Have a go. Well done, 45.5. Gosh, a lot of you beat me on that one. Amazing. Super. Just having a quick scroll back, seeing all your amazing comments. Oh, got some answers already. Woo! I was right. Yes, you were. Yes, celebrate if you get a question right. And don't worry, if you don't get a question right, you learn from it. Okay? Remember, I say, if we always get everything right, not just in maths, in just life itself, it's not that exciting because just you want a challenge, yeah? There's got to be a point where there's a challenge involved, so don't worry. You guys know how many mistakes I've made in maths life, so oh dear, right. Let's see, I'll start slowly because some of you might still be working. So, base times 10. 12 times 4. 1 4 is 4, 2 4s are 8, 3 4s are 12. What am I doing? I should do my 12s with this. See, there you go, there's one mistake. 1 12 is 12, 2 12s are 24, 3 12s are 36, 4 12s are 48. And then we've got to do 48 divided by 2. I don't need to do a bus stop for this because half of 4 is 2 and half of 8 is 4. So it's 24 centimetres squared. There we go. And for the next one, 10 times 5 is 50. Okay. And then we need to halve the 50, which hopefully you might know mentally is 25 centimetres. So it's 25 centimetres squared. Okay. So we've done right angle triangles. We've done isosceles triangles. Not going to do equilateral triangles because they're easy peasy. Okay. What is the name of that triangle? Anybody know? Tell me, what is the name of that triangle? Well done. Who can tell me first? What is the name of that triangle? I'm waiting. I know the feed's slightly delayed, so if I draw it a little bit bigger. They are quite hard to draw because you try and make it so it's not a right angle. It's quite hard making that corner bit not a right angle. Yes! We have. Oh, well done. Scalene. It's a scalene triangle. And a scalene triangle is when none of the sides are the same length. There's no right angle. So these sides, this side, they're all different lengths. So if we're finding the area of a scalene triangle, we still use the base. So say if this is 2 centimetres, and then we still use the perpendicular height. And as you can see here, you can't do that in the shape because this is the top here. So it has to be given outside of the shape. It has to be because you can't, otherwise it's not going to be at a right angle, it's going to be diagonal. So let's say that this is, I don't know, 5 centimetres. Okay? So you do the same thing. You do 2 times 5, which is 10. And then you'd halve your answer, which is 5. So the area is 5 centimetres squared. Okay? Let's try another. Okay. So you do your base, and and then you do a longer line, but it has to go past this line, because if you stop there, it'll end up being quiet, noisy man. If you stop there, it becomes a right angled triangle. So when you're drawing a scalene triangle, you do your base, and then the top part has to go past it, and then can you see that it doesn't work? So that's how you draw a scalene triangle. I'm still really bad at doing it though. You always end up accidentally with a right angled triangle. Right, let's say that this is 10 centimetres, and the perpendicular height up to down like that is 8 centimetres. So we do 10 times 8, which is 80, and then we halve our answer, so 80 divided by 2 is 40. So the area of this scalene triangle is 40 centimetres squared. Right, I think it's your turn. Let's have a look. So I've given you a triangle that looks a bit like that, and I've given you one that's sort of like the mirror image in a way, isn't it? There's the two. I'm going to tell you that this is 7 centimetres, and the perpendicular height of this is 8 centimetres. And for this one, it is 9 metres and 6 metres. I realise I've been using centimetres the whole lesson. And there's more to length than centimetres. Oh, thank you for saying this is fab. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really glad. I'm really, really happy you guys encouraged me to keep doing Maths Live. Because, yeah, I do love doing it. I do love doing it. I know I'm not doing it every day, but I'm trying to keep you busy the rest of the week with the other challenges. So I am happy that it's still here. I'll give you 15 more seconds on that. Got some answers. Fantastic. Okay, Rowan's got an answer. Okay. Don't worry if you joined in late, it's still going to be on the page, it's still going to go on YouTube this lesson, so just change that green. Okay, so I'm just going to write the calculations. So we need to do 8 times 7, and then we need to do 9 times 6 for this one. Okay, so 7 eighths are 56. And then we need to do 56 divided by 2. But again, you might think, how do you can't halve 5. So if you're not sure, just do a quick bus stop. Okay. How many 2's can you fit into 5? 2, because 2 2's are 4. You've got 1 left over. How many 2's in 16? 8. So the answer is 28 centimetres squared. And for this one, 9 6s, 1 9 is 9, 2 9s are 18, 3 9s are 27, 4 9s are 36, 5 9s are 45, 6 9s are 54 centimetres. And again, think, there's a 5. What's half of 54? Well, you got 2 and carry 1, and half of 14 is 7. So it's 27 centimetres. 20, blah, 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 blah. Nearly fell for it. 27 metres squared, because I changed the units of measurements, didn't I? Right, so the last challenge. I'm not going to model this, I'm just going to let you go for it. If you've got the sheet, you know it's already on there. So you can go for the last challenge. For the rest of you, this is what it is. Okay. So you've got triangle like this, and we're told that the area is 14 centimetres squared. We've been given the area, and we've got a right-angled triangle here, and we're told that the area is 20 centimetres squared. But you've only been given one of the measurements, and you have to work out what the other measurement is that would make the area. So on this one, you've been given the base, which is 7 centimetres squared. So you would need to work out what the height is. What is the height? Okay. What measurements made that area? And with this one, you've been told that the height is 5. So what is the base? Have a go at that. Last 2 questions. We're all going to fail our test because Steph calls long division bus stop. No. Long division is a different method. There's 3 different methods of division. There's what is called bus stop, where it's just a 1-digit number so it's just 1 digit, and it's any sort of number that's underneath, and you just divide that single digit into the numbers. We call it, yes, it's division. Okay, but we call it bus stop because it's the easier version of division. And then long division is where you've got more than one number that's doing the dividing, and you have to go down, you have to subtract down. And short division is where you do what's called the bus stop, but again, you're doing 2 division numbers, so you have to use repeated addition to find. So there's lots of different kinds of division. That's why I call that one bus stop, because it's the quicker method with smaller numbers. But there are many different forms. So if I said long division, a lot of people would think it's 2 digits and you've got to do the repeated subtraction. So I'm not doing it as sort of trying to confuse. It's just it's the sort of quick long division method, the simpler long division method, because the higher up you get in school, the more complicated it can get. I've got lots of lessons on long division and short division on my YouTube page if you want to have a go. Yeah. No, it's all right. If everyone's got a different interpretation, they might not have heard it before. Okay, you wouldn't get told off. It wouldn't say in the test like use this. Okay, it wouldn't say right use bus stop to show your method. It would just say use a method, just show your method of division. Okay, right. What do you times? So it's base times height. So we've got our base, which is 7. We don't know our height, and it equals 14 centimetres. Okay? So what do we do? What do we do? Let's see if anyone's got an answer. Okay. Well, what do you times 77 by to make 14? Okay. I just want to check, because I've just realised some of you might have. That's it, good. No, I just realised some of you panicked and gone, hang on, because if you do it, some people put 2, but 2 times 7 is 14, and if you then have to halve 14, which isn't the answer. So it's 7 times 4, which makes 28. Yeah, 7 times 4 is 28, and then when you halve 28, that makes 14. Okay, so yeah, I know it's tricky because you're used to having the times, you're having the 2 together, the times to make the 1 in the middle, but you've got to sort of step back and think, right, the quickest way to do it, actually, Steph thought of a different way, maybe double this answer and then think, right, what do you times 7 by to make, so at the top you can write, right, it would be 28 if I was timesing this by this. Okay, so what do you times by 7 to make 28? And that would be the missing number. Let's try on this one. The answer's 40, but if I just did length times width without splitting it, it would be, sorry, the length is 20, the area, But if I hadn't halved it, it would be 40. So what do I times by 5 to make 40? 5 eighths of 40. And if you check it, 5 times 8 equals 40. And then 40 divided by 2 is 20. I'll do another one of those again. So I know this isn't on the sheet, but if you want to draw it on the back or you just want to have another go, I think, actually, this is what's great about Maths Live. I learn as I go along. Because I'm used to doing it backwards from the written part, but I've just realised if you actually write it, if you change the area inside of it, it makes it a lot more friendly. So let's draw a scalene triangle. Okay, so if I tell you that the height here is, say, 6 centimetres, and I'm going to tell you, oh, it's hard to think off the top of your head. We don't know the bottom, so if you want to draw this, say if I tell you the area is 12 centimetres squared, okay? So you might jump and think, well, 6 times 2 is 12. But remember, we have to, after you've done the multiplication, you have to then halve the answer. So that wouldn't work. So a good way of doing it is if you double the area that you're given to 12, 2 12s are 24, then you say, right, what do I times by 6 to make 24? So 6, 12, 18, 24. 4. And now test it. Test it like it was just done before. So 6 times 4 is 24, as we got before. And then 24 divided by 2, halved, is 12 centimetres squared. So if you get a question like that, I've never done it like that before. I normally work backwards within the sum. I normally write what this thing is and then change it there. But it's quite a bit easier, actually, if you just remember to double the area that you're given and then do the length times width. You learn something new every day. Right, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I haven't actually thought of putting a challenge question up. I won't do it today, but I'll do it for the next lesson. I'll do it for Thursday's lesson. If you are taking part in the Patreon, tomorrow's lesson for you guys, there isn't a Maths Live tomorrow. You'll be working on area of parallelograms. And on Thursday, there is a Maths Live. We will be recapping how to find the area of parallelograms. And then for the first time ever in Maths Live, I'm going to show you how to find the area of trapeziums, okay? It's definitely a bit trickier than quadrilaterals and triangles and parallelograms, but what a great thing to learn for the first time, and I'm really excited about it. So join in join in then. Right, I'm going to go because gobbledygook. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you on Thursday. See you later, bye.